Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Exotic Wine Travel. I'm your host, Matthew Horkey. We're still here in the Valle de Guadalupe on the Baja, California Peninsula. And we're with a very interesting winemaker. I haven't heard a lot about these wines until we actually connected, because he sells most of his wines in-house. We're in Viñas de la Erre. Am I pronouncing that correct?
Yes, you are.
And we're here with the proprietor, Ernesto, who actually has some interesting background in terms of wine. So thank you for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming, and you guys are welcome here anytime you guys want to visit.
So you have, mind-blowing, especially for us wine geeks out there, you have a very interesting influence in terms of wine. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I was just mentioning to these guys over here that I was very influenced by working in France. I got the opportunity to work in the Jura, in the French Comté region, under a very well and known, respected winemaker, which his name is Javier. And that's how I got hooked on yellow wines and Vin and Vin Jaune and all that.
And it's interesting, like all the wines are very good. He makes very solid, very drinkable wines, but what's blown us away is what's going to be eventually his Reserve Blanc. And it's more of an amber wine. If you can see if you want to bring in, you can see the color. A little bit more oxidated style wine, kind of like an amber wine. It's been on the skins for quite some bit. Really nice yellow amber color. Mm-hmm. Can you talk about this wine in particular?
Well, like I was mentioning, 2014 is this wine, and that year we had a very bad vintage. We had a lot of problems with the Santana winds, which are very hot winds coming in from the ocean, from near the ocean. And then we had wildfires all over the place. So all this happened when pollination was happening. So we lost a lot of flowers, we lost a lot of fruit. And at the end of the day, what I was able to harvest was only half a ton of whatever I'm producing. So I had half a ton of Sauvignon Blanc, half a ton of Muscat, half a ton of Chardonnay. And then a buddy of mine called me and said, you know what, I have 800 kilos of Chenin Blanc. You want to use it? And I was like, all right, I'm missing some wine, some white grapes, so why not? Bring it over. And we harvested, we fermented it, and I already like to make whites with a little bit of barrel in it. But since we were tasting this and it was progressing, every day that I tasted it, it reminded me of that oxidation that I experienced in the Jura. So at the end of the day, we decided to go with 18 months French oak for this white wine. So that's why we came up with the Reserve Blanc.
And for people that aren't familiar with the Jura, it's in East France. It's a little bit east of Burgundy, known for quirky, oxidative style wines.
Definitely.
I think it's a region that's really going to gain traction in the next couple of years. So let's talk about this, your Reserva wine in particular, the yellow wine. Let's talk. What kind of notes do you pick up on this?
On this, definitely some characteristics that I pick out is the nuttiness. Crazy nuttiness. And the aromas, and then you get that oxidation that you can't oversee it.
No, you definitely get. I definitely get apricot, forest floor leaves, a little bit nut. Shireen mentioned macadamia nut. Mm-hmm. Get a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of caramel. The chrysanthemum definitely comes through. Let's give this a little bit of a taste. I have to let you know right now, like. I think that he can make a name for him. Or necessarily, I think you can make a name for yourself for this wine. But I have to let you know, this is for wine geeks. It's an amber wine, an orange wine. It's not going to appeal to everybody. Beautiful texture, though. It's like rich. You get a little bit of apricot. I get a little bit of stone fruit. The nuttiness comes through. Forest floor leaves are huge. Mm-hmm. I pick up a little bit of pumpkin. Shireen, anything else that you really got from that?
It's like you said, right? It's for wine geeks, for people who has already drank, like, for example, I don't know, Chateau d'Yquem. I want to try something new.
Yeah,
I want to have something special.
There's definitely some newness to this, which when you get with amber wines, are maturated on the skin, so you get some tannic.
Definitely.
You get some tannins. I mean, how long have you aged this for in the barrel?
18 months.
Okay. So
18 months, French oak, second use.
Anything else before we sign off? Anything else you want to add about your wines, this wine in general?
Well, this wine, I mean, I only made a little bit of cases of them. So if you guys want to try this wine, come pick it up. And I mean, we also make great red wines, our reserve wines. They run from 28 months in French oak all the way to 32 months. Also a lot of Bordeaux and French style wines, but we also got crazy blends like in Baja using the Tempranillos and the Nebbiolos.
And
So if you guys want to come on by, I'll be here.
So we'll put the link in the description box. Ernesto, I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Let's give this a cheers. Guys, if so let me give you a he's going to be exporting into the U.S., so you might find some of their wines there. If you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Exotic Wine Travel. I will see you at the next episode.